Alrighty, guys. These are the cases for that parts 461 that I showed in the box the other day. And what did I do with it? It had a tag on it from a dealer. And the repair tag says high pitch squeal and low power. And I don't know where I sat the crank at, but the crank had the big end. This is the crank I'm probably going to be stuffing in it. This is another, I think this is a 461 crank. But I've got a 046 crank, I've got a 460 crank, I think I've got a 461 crank as well, but this one's in really good shape, and it has the same notches down here on the connecting rod that the crank I took out did. So it's got a little rough spot right here on the where the needle cage bearing goes, but that won't hurt nothing. But I've got a good crank, and part of that squeal on that was that big end connecting rod bearing, and when it went, it had pushed. Let's see if I can grab you. See that lip right there? It's almost the thickness of that screwdriver. That the end of this crankshaft had pushed about 30 thousandths over into that, so that connecting rod was not straight on there and really pushing hard into that piston. Other than that, this piston looked pretty decent. I'd thought about using it until I saw that, and I won't run that. I mean, maybe if to scab something together or whatever, but if I'm splitting cases, I ordered new bearings. The bearings sound like complete poo. That bearing is ass whooped. But I've had a couple comments wanting to know how I get these cases so clean. It's a combination of Simple Green and Super Clean with some dish soap and the ultrasonic cleaner, and then elbow grease. And I had a bug move in there. I sure know that stink bug wasn't in there when I washed them. But this one's got, I noticed it when I took it apart, it's got a hairline crack right here. So we'll get that cleaned up while it's split apart in just a case. And I will TIG weld that up. This is a pretty common injury on 461, 460, 440, especially ones where they get sat down hard on the cement hard, or where they're sitting there bouncing around idling on the cement. I see that quite often. But I gotta fix that, and looks like we're gonna have a Scarface #2 cover. I gotta heat this up and vice grip that back over, and I gotta TIG weld that up, and I gotta find out if I'm splitting the case on this 460 or not. I need to get this tore down, but he's broke right there as well. So I've got 3 magnesium repairs that I gotta do, and yep, I gotta get, I haven't ordered yet. I wanted to find a better, so I want to use this side cover on that 046, and everything for this saw is coming out really, really nice. Like, I've got a really nice starter cover. I gotta get the badge for it. Flywheel turned out mint. The cylinders, absolutely mint. I'm gonna wash it some more, but we're gonna port it, so that don't matter. The gas tank assembly for this 461's really nice shape. So I got a really good top cover that's upside down on the bottom of this box. And my buddy is sending me an air filter cover, so I will have everything but a side cover for this. And I'm on the fence. I like the way my buddy's 461R looks with that big side cover and full wrap bar. I might just order it because the handlebar I got for this, it's OEM and it's straight. It's really nice and straight, but it is really scarred up. So I might use this handlebar for the 046, because the covers I have for the 046 aren't the greatest. But I decided I'm not happy with how that clone 40 millimeter stroker runs. I've sunk hours upon hours upon hours into it, and I'm going to, it's sitting here, it's still together and running, and it's running a lot better than it was, but it's running issues that it has is enough to concern me where I wouldn't want to use it as just a toy at this point in stage. But I'm going to take the tank, this cover, the rewind, the coil, this piece, my flippy lid, all my chain brake stuff, all my clutch stuff, all the motor mounts back out of this, and I'm going to leave this a long block. I'm going to leave top cover, flywheel, muffler on it, and the spikes are broken, and then I'm going to have to take my spikes back off this. But I'm going to steal my parts off this, and I'm just going to send, my buddy's got a parts 460 where he's got all the pieces that I'm going to be stealing off this, and I'm going to send him this, and he can pressure check. Right now I don't have a way to pressure check stuff. He can pressure check it while it's just a long block, and then he can see his parts in it, and he can piston around with it for a while and see if he can get it to run any better. If not, blow it up. At this point it doesn't matter, but I'm gonna steal the parts off this for that 460. 'Cause I've got that bone stock 460 as well, but that one seems like it's already torn down. We'll port that one. I'll just do the same build that I did in that other 460 that I put together, because that thing runs like a freaking wicked beast. So what the heck am I hearing? Must be the snowplow or something going down the road. I heard something out there. But yeah, I've got the rubber flap. I've ordered new gaskets, bearings, seals. I got to order a badge yet, which I got to order if I'm gonna make an order to the steel dealer. I got to get one for the 661 stroker too, because it's missing a badge. And then a little look around. I thought I had a really nice OEM one of these floating around somewhere. Come in a box of stuff that I bought off from eBay. No telling what I did with it. Might have used it already too, but yeah, I'm gonna kill the stroker and send it off to my buddy so he can play with it. I have an OEM muffler for this, but by the time you're done It's right here. Needs the front cover dinged out on it a little bit, but by the time you're done pistonking with the baffles and stuff in there, them $14 factory looking dual port ones you can get that come completely hollow for 14 bucks. I'd rather just buy a new fresh looking muffler, and that's what I'm gonna put on here. And that muffler there, I'll probably just enlarge the factory outlet, knock this out, and just put that on that 460. I'm not gonna go crazy on that build, but I want to build another pretty sweet 461. That's my goal. I've got two 461 carburetors in here. One is off from my 9.31, which should be a good carburetor, but I've got a old style 10, I think it's a 10 millimeter 44 carburetor on that with a Chinese tank. I thought about putting the carb and all this tank on that saw, but that saw's together and running so good I don't want to mess with it. So, but I think we'll weld this one up for the 460, and I'll either buy one. If I'm gonna buy one, I'll just buy that flared out big one, and then I'll probably just buy a wrap bar. I don't know. That bar that's on that stroker don't look too terribly bad, but hopefully I can get that. Shouldn't be that bad. I'll just V it out a little bit. I should just be able to weld that back up and drain the weld down a little bit. I didn't even notice it until after I washed the cases because it was so grubby. But I got a little bit more picking to do out inside of here. Some stuff built up in the oil tank. But yeah, I think so it's got a notch. I think this is a 461. Oh, this one don't have a notch. This one's got a notch here and there. I think we're going to roll with this crank. It seems to be the best shape for it. Can't remember what saw I pulled that out of. I know what saw I pulled this one out of, so I know that's a good one. We're going to roll with that one. It's funny, each one of these has a different, they all got the 11/28s on them, but they all got different last digits. 04ZC, this one's 04CA, this one's 02P1. So, yep. So as soon as my parts come in, I guess you guys let me know if you want to see that, me putting that 461 together, or if you just want me to put it together and then show you when I'm done with it. But I've blabbed on here enough. So, yep. You guys have a good one.